Switching over to my desktop mic now.
Started recording.
Got it.
Alright, there we go. By the way, you can go ahead and delete the other recordings, Alex. I've already downloaded them.
Okay. So I can delete all past 3. Got it.
Yes.
Oh, past 4. Jeez.
That's 4, yeah.
God, how many are there right there?
When we last left our group of adventurers, you traveled further south to the fishing village nearest to. Right.
Well, we got close to the fishing village and we were stopped by the abominations.
Yeah, nearest to Gustav. Where you were stopped by a star spawn Hulk, a flesh golem, and a pit demon that appeared to be heavily weakened and, in fact, kept animated. How? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. I don't think any of you want that.
I'm going to be honest. Alistair hid behind a.
He hid behind a rock, did the few Eldritch blasts, and just cheered on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thankfully, between Xeris and Rahamid, we were pretty well able to handle things. Well, Xeris, Rahamid, and the 2 clerics.
It's the 2 clerics were able to just get really good initiative and then just fired off a lot of AoE.
Yeah.
As I was saying, when he saw the flesh golem, Alice hid behind a rock because flesh golem.
You were an active participant. You did quite well.
Yeah, let me put it this way. The flesh golem lasted all of 5 seconds.
Yes.
You have Xeris to thank for that.
This flesh golem and the pit fiend were almost frozen, and the star spawn got binded with holy chains.
So he's like, flesh. Oh, never mind.
I was like, oh no, a deadly fish golem, and it's dead already. What the hell?
Oh no, golem! Whatever shall I do? Load cantrip with malicious intent.
Yeah.
I don't think I even got a turn in combat.
No, like, oh no, golem, whatever shall I do? Picks up Zipsaurus, cocks.
It's that the boys meme with the Superman Superman-esque character, where they just sort of exaggeratedly have their hands for like, oh, whatever shall I do? Then just laser eyes.
No, it's that thing of Xeris just, like, as he's saying, just after he says that, Xeris looks at him, just looks over at him like, time me.
Hold on,
Okay. Pulls out his sundial.
Goddamn.
It's this. It basically, the entire combat was basically this. I'd be surprised if this meme.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's essentially the entire combat right there.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
I mean, funny enough, with Rahamid, I do have a cantrip that I could do laser eyes with, but I just haven't found a situation that's appropriate for them.
It's because Xeris and Muhammad found them, and then they got us, and then we just did that.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we'll sake of brevity and send information back to where those guards are from.
Yeah, I'll cast Ascending to the captain of the guard.
Okay.
And it was essentially relay what we saw. It was because the human said that you know what happened, and they know what happened here, what happened to the guard, and to keep a promise.
You don't hear anything for a good few seconds before all you hear is, "All right, I'll take care of everything from here." Oh, it's gonna be a mess. Before, yeah, he basically finishes that.
Alright, from there, we can move forward now. Captain of the Guard's been informed.
Let's try to avoid any further detours if we can help it.
Yep. So.
Let's try.
Yep. So.
Oh, hey, look. No, kidding. So I have a question. Why hasn't anyone asked what it's like to, well, for me to? He sets his hand on fire.
I mean,
no one asked me what it was like to die, only to come back. So.
fair.
Well, to be fair, I've already done that. So.
How old are you?
I'm about 25.
130, man.
Huh.
He then
So
looks
what you're
over
saying
to
is,
the.
shit. Okay.
Zeresh just kind of looks over, like, actually, speaking of, just what is it like to die?
Well.
Here, let me show you.
Well, actually, it's not.
Initiative.
I hear it's different for each person. For me, I really fucking pissed off that all the people I have grown to love as family died. My soul burned with eternal vengeance, which attracted the
as it
Ghost
does.
Rider. What?
As it does, as you do.
Like as you do, and that attracted the spirit of vengeance. And if it didn't do that, I would probably be like a revenant or something. He
Well,
just fucking shrugs and throws up his arms.
well, for me,
Which, for future reference, is a player option.
yeah. Well, I'm just like, well, for me, it was like I was killing people in the name of Anubis even before I met him because it's like I'm like I may not be the judge of where you go, but it's like Anubis will surely know. And then I got and then I got pretty much overwhelmed. Took out a few before I died, but Anubis took notice and took me underneath his wing.
Neat.
He said I was just as good as a judge as him, which is quite a compliment if you think about it.
Takes a sip of his water. As for the whole Ghost Rider thing, think your very soul on fire.
So if a normal person goes to the desert.
Yes, whilst on fire.
No, you
Well,
see,
And
you set yourself on fire to cool down in the desert.
no, then you set fire to that fire to cool down.
oh wow. No, it almost makes me wonder. I've got a good bit of magical power flowing throughout my body. I imagine all that power is probably going to have to go somewhere. It's somewhere upon my passing. Be it dissipating into the earth or etc. etc. I'm sure you can use your imaginations to fullest extent. So I won't really go into detail about that.
Well, my thought is complicated, and I think that they would become probably be in the hands of my gods.
Well, so far I'm the only one here still capable of aging. Well, that I know of anyway.
Well, still got a bit to go.
I mean, I still technically age. It's just slow as balls.
Well, fair, but actually, yes, that is a good point. So I should probably rephrase. I'm the only one here who's likely not going to last literal centuries that I'm aware of, anyway.
Probably. I mean, as far as I know, I still live a normal human lifespan, just a few years longer, I guess.
Well,
A couple decades longer, but yeah. Well, no,
well,
you
I
live
mean,
about the same as the elvish lifespan.
yeah. Well, Alistair, you've got your whole patronage thing going for you.
Speaking of which, they don't like each other and they want me to choose over. Like, no, it's the jealous girlfriend thing.
You know
Oh
what?
boy.
You know what I'd do, Alistair? I'd say, fuck both of you, I choose myself. We gotta keep arguing like this.
I don't think I can.
I don't think that's being talked to that.
I mean,
Well, if they're gonna sit there and bicker like two children, like, I'm not gonna work with them, nah, I'm not gonna work with them, like, Lionel.
They're working with each other. It's just they both scare the shit out of me. One's a giant ashen wolf that lets me eat metal for subsistence, and the other can turn me into a flaming skeleton.
so the problem, not necessarily that they don't mesh very well in terms of, well, what's the phrase? In terms of personalities per se, more so that you're afraid of what might happen if you keep attempting to use both.
Yes. That and they both. And he says this enough for both of them to, both of his patrons to hear. They both bicker like children who's actually broken, like who's pulled apart a broken toy.
Well, here's the thing: you don't have to speak all that loud. They are always aware of your conversations.
Yeah. Alright. God, that's alright.
Well, to be fair, he's made that clear to both of them, so this is nothing new to them. Okay, $5 says the Ashen Wolf says in his head. The vengeance started it.
Well, you're not entirely wrong. Well, let's not jump to conclusions there, as well.
Yeah. So, how close are we getting to this town now that we've had this?
Yeah, I'm saying we're going down the road while we're having
Yeah.
these discussions.
Yeah.
You're
We weren't
correct.
just standing there.
If I recall correctly, it was the end of the night, or it was before you were starting to set up camp that they attacked it. I believe, yeah.
It was, so let me set up camp and had out these conversations.
Yeah, I can't honestly remember. Like, I remember last session we left off, we killed those things, and that's where we're starting.
Yes, we killed those things, and that was the end of the session.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I'm guessing long rests.
Yeah, I believe
Long
so.
rest. Yeah, long rest, so reset anything you might have lost.
to. I probably do. Actually, I know for a fact I do, actually, considering I used Arcane Fury.
Yeah, Arcane Fury at the very least you would have had
Yeah.
to expend some resources.
Yeah, Arcane Fury, since I only took one level, I can only do it, I believe, once per long rest? Yeah. Yeah, use it once, regain a long rest. Yeah. So unfortunately it's at third level where I can spend 3 sorcery points to do it again. I'm hoping I don't need to go that high though.
Yeah.
Although I'll be honest, I'll adjust accordingly if I do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright. Case. Move on to. Yeah. So first watch. Or will the watch be entirely consisted of Rahamid creepily keeping watch?
I mean, he doesn't need to sleep, and he has keen hearing. It's
Yeah.
like keen hearing as well. So it's like,
Yeah. No. I see no reason why Muhammad wouldn't be able to just do the whole thing.
yeah.
I can help him with the first watch.
Let's see. Oh, ignore the +10. I've got to click that off. I gotta remember to get proficiency in perception.
I do have 16 perception.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Rahamid has the same perception as Zarek. It's the same modifier.
Well, you gotta think of it from this perspective. Rahamid used to growing up in the desert. You tend to not you're used to looking at lots and lots of sand.
Do I see anything?
With your 33, I'm assuming this is going to be for first watch. Relatively quiet. I mean, the plush golem corpse is, well, it's there. It's freezing over, now being covered in snow. Muhammad? Yeah, this. I want to go home. It's cold. It's unreasonable. It's also really wet for some reason.
All wet and sticky. I mean, what?
No, not stick. Oh, okay, I guess if you in the case of you had no, if you had like resin or something, yeah.
Alright, so I'm guessing 3 more perception checks for my end.
Yes, for
I'll help, but
individual.
so do you want me to just help you and give you advantage, or do you want separate rolls?
I mean, I think he already gets advantage because of keen hearing, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah, I have specifically advantage on anything that relies on
okay.
hearing and smell.
Not sight though.
Yeah. Well, the upside is that I have 120 feet of
Gotcha. It's up to you. I really have perception, so
yeah.
it's up to you.
Well, I'm hoping that also doing this will slowly give me proficiency in this too. So that's what I can hope for.
I'm giving you tips.
Yeah. So here goes.
Alright, Adriana's going back, and Michelle's getting up this time. So 34.
Alright.
I can't roll high.
It is a day for you. This is really uncomfortable. It's super cold. Okay. And are you going to stay out there again, or would you like to switch out for somebody else?
It was Adriana went back after the first watch, and Sean stuck out for the last 2 watches.
Ah.
Because I didn't think of elves that she should have slept in first because she only needs 4, so then she could have stayed out. But rules happen.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I imagine Sean's like, I'll look over there, and it's like, oh, I see the tree.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, the watch is... I mean, again, for Hamid, it's really uncomfortable. You swear for a moment you felt a tickle in your nose if you wanted to sneeze. You haven't sneezed in years.
I don't even breathe.
Homes.
It's like literally doesn't even breathe. It's like, why the fuck do I need to sneeze?
Why do I have the need to sneeze? This doesn't make sense.
There's faith part for me about, I swear to God.
Yeah, that being said, you do for the most part keep watch. It is very quiet, very uneventful, nothing too crazy.
And Sean and Adriana just helping Muhammad with perception.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a legitimate way for him to gain proficiency, but
Yeah, gaining proficiency would be advantageous. Like,
yeah,
even
it would be like actual teaching. But it was,
Yeah.
I'll say, because it's uneventful, it's more like here's how to look, essentially. Yeah. It's like here's how to peer through and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like checking out little dangles of trees and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see here. That being said, you don't make much progress with the proficiency in perception.
To sit down and actually do some help.
Yeah, we'll do that on the road, like essentially whenever we travel. Speaking of which, morning.
Yes. Well, now the third shift.
I'll do.
So okay.
Morning, bro.
Morning. Oh yeah, if I got on 4 hours of rest, that means I could actually be more active. Because of I can actually be more active because as long as I keep it to light for 4 hours, I get a full long rest. I think that's what it states. I can be misunderstanding it.
Alright. And perception check.
Alright.
Both of you. It's from Alistair and...
Oh, okay. It's okay. Rahamed's driving up this time?
Yeah, he can do more strenuous activity, like including fighting and keeping watch.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, then rescind my 30 there.
So 7, unless you're doing the roll like because there's two of us.
Well, two of you, both of you roll perception.
Yeah.
Individual perception checks, because you're both keeping watch.
Well, I did my 4 rolls of perception. Didn't might have gotten slightly buried if you didn't notice. Because you said it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was a little confused. I'm like, wait, you want me to reroll? Like...
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Okay. In that case, and the perception of Alice from Alistair's side, it's quiet, really quiet. It's not everything you expect. You're not from here, but I mean, it's a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, certainly would have preferred, staying home. But then again, that's not exactly a uncommon thing. Most people want to stay home. Hey, why is your brain going that way? Why are you thinking that? As look around. Let's see here.
Oh,
You-
I was about to say I have a ring of the stalker. So any sort of like that allow to reach my thoughts
yeah.
or affect me mentally, I'd be essentially.
It's nothing of the sort, fortunately, at the
Eh.
moment. Yeah,
Oh.
it's mostly, well, you usually look around, mostly quiet. It's probably just a little bit of homesickness and rambling and being alone. And wow, Rahamid really does not breathe. It's just knows there's no, like, you know, fog coming from his mouth. And fourth watch.
Hey, hey, hey.
So,
You can't do worse than me.
well, you'd be surprised. There's no such thing as not doing worse. You can always do worse. It's a matter of can you or when.
So. So. So.
Is it in the ether?
So, are you?
There
Okay,
you
there
go.
we go.
Told you.
The ether.
Literally better than any roll, but I did.
One of his better roles in perception, actually.
Hello.
Yep.
Okay.
So any of
By
you
the
have
way,
noticed?
suddenly drop out on food, so sorry.
Understandable. Yeah. Sorry, I had needed a moment to think there for just a little bit, just a wee bit.
Oh no.
Uh, yeah, you make some progress. It's not exactly the most when it comes to your or in terms of watching. It's not a lot of things really to make really or not sorry, to make out. Yeah, frankly, it's really quiet. You don't really have much right now.
Yeah.
You know what? There's not a lot going on. Let's see. What did I have him go? Oh, that's right. You know what? No, I won't try that. How I would phrase the question.
You can ask. Go ahead.
No, I'll refrain.
Oh God, it must be crazy if he's refraining.
What I will do is just go on ahead and do the that for the Tacticus Arcanum recharge.
Okay.
Oop, shit. Whoops.
All right. Morning comes. So is the sun. The active wildlife certainly becomes a lot more noticeable.
And
As
active.
yeah, as while Rahamid is waking everyone else up, Zaris, you see, sort of peeking overhead from a rather deep bit of snow, two ears, fluffy, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
Little white ears.
Well, that's
If you
not really.
rabbit, probably.
Do you let this out?
You could, or you can go ahead and get some breakfast. It's your call.
You know, there are many things that he is good at. Namely, killing things in brutal passion.
Just watches that pair of ears belongs to like an innocent like rabbit folk or something.
Well, that is why he is going to very, very slowly make his way over, very carefully, and before he goes chasing after it, he's gonna check. He's gonna check and make sure it's not a fucking person, you know?
I want to pull on them ears.
Oh God. So, sorry, I just need to reconfirm. What?
All right, Riker, are you like literally grabbing at the ear, like stealthily grabbing at the ears and picking it up, or are you just like?
Yeah, he's just grabbing at the ears and picking it up, pretty much.
For me, a stealth check first.
Excellent.
16.
Excellent.
Make for me an athletics check.
Oh boy.
Doesn't your subclass for War Mage give you a bonus to athletics? Well, I think it's something else entirely.
I believe that should answer your question.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, 24. It's not all that hard. It's a rabbit. You grab it by the ears and you're typical rabbit scream.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a typical rabbit scream.
It's a typical rabbit scream where I come from.
Well, you guys have never heard of rabbit scream?
Whenever I just see a rabbit screaming, all I can think of is like Mighty Python and the Holy Grail, just.
Give me a moment.
Like, oh, you caught a rabbit for food. Cool.
Yeah.
Bring it over here. I can add it to the whatever we're having.
I just realized I can fully understand it because I have speech.
Oh, oh.
Receipts and snap. No, I'm not going to snap. That will not win me any favors today. Well, it's
Okay, you know what? Here, well, look. It's the best I can do considering my voice.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually heard of rabbit scream before, but I have. So it's basically off of my old memories on that. But that being said, yes, you grab it and it's not stopping a scream. You know how many like.
You're grabbing it by its ears.
Indeed.
like, have you ever had your ear pulled?
Well, no, he's a dragonborn.
Have you ever had your fins pulled?
He doesn't have fins.
Have you ever had your scales pulled on?
Imagine being hanged by your tail.
God.
Well, he doesn't have a tail.
What kind of dragonborn?
I said
These
scales.
are
I
dragonborn
said
don't have
scales.
tails.
Imagine if your scales are being plucked off.
Okay, that's
Regardless.
Dragonborn by canon don't have, unless they're sorceress, draconic bloodline, dragonborn, then they don't often have tails.
I have a tail.
I mean,
He does.
You.
I mean,
Tiefling
yeah.
do, normally.
Yeah,
Most of the time.
that's one thing
So
that's
it's
just
just-
like, yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Draconic bloodline. Does that mean I have a tail?
I mean, that's up to you to decide whether or not you have a tail.
Yeah, that's the one thing that bugs me of like dragonborns. It's like it's never saying that you do have a tail, but it's one of those things that's like it's kind of implied because you're a freaking dragonborn. You're part dragon. You should have a fucking tail. What the fuck do you mean I don't have a tail?
Dragon, same way humans are monkeys, or same with humans. You kind of you resemble one, but you don't have the full features.
I'd say my tail shows up when my transformation starts.
I'd like to think of it this way.
Let's say that.
A dragonborn is the result of a bard getting into the dragon lair.
No, it's
No,
a result of a donkey.
Okay. Dragonborn is something completely different because like you got if a bard got like laid a dragon, you get a half dragon. Whereas a dragonborn is just like something different, like a subspecies of lizards.
It's a half dragon on draconic bloodline.
Yeah, not all dragonborn are partially dragon, and not all dragons are related to dragonborn. A case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not.
Yeah, dragonborns are just complicated because it's like I look at them and I'm like, just like where are the wings? Where are the tails? Come on. Anyways, that discussion of race aside.
Yes. That aside, that's what you hear, Raham. You just hear some horrified screaming, slightly more horrified.
Just looking at the rabbit and like, my friends want to turn. Just looking at the rabbit and like, my friends want to turn it into food. Give them one good reason why they shouldn't.
First and foremost, Zerus. All you hear is from Brahmid is just a series of sort of squeaks and chirps almost. Not exactly chirps, it's like just squeaks. It's really weird.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, so I look at around like, so if you've seen anything useful or handy, if you tell us, I tell him the scaly friend of mine to put you down so you can, run back to your nest.
Yeah, it's just things for and let's see here.
Careful, we don't want him to die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
No, he just doesn't die. He's just panicking. He cannot come up with a reason why he can or can't, or why he should or should not spare him.
Like I said, if you saw anything handy, like, the creatures that we fought and described the creatures, like saw a multitude of them or seen where they headed at the end, like where they came from.
They sort of it's just they're really panicked. Okay, they're really
Yeah.
panicked. They don't like being caught.
Oh, who does?
All right.
Yeah, more often than not, yeah, it is. Yeah, but God, what the fuck was I?
Is the rabbit calming down at any point, or is it like not like remembering any of these creatures that I asked it to see if it were going to remember past these things passing through or not? Like,
Yeah, animal handling, I'll say, to try to calm it down.
oh,
Yeah, and
oh boy, here I go with my plus.
and Zereth will at least kind of switch his hold on it to the scruff of its neck, mainly so that he's not yanking on its ears constantly.
Yeah, it's still a little bit panicked, but less so now, as it simply respond as it's. I saw land squid nearby. A couple like in when the shade was coming, or when the shade was going away. Why?
Out of character, land squid.
I'd say Rahamid. I'm assuming you're relaying this to your party member.
Yeah.
Roll a nature check, and same with you, Riker, or
Alright.
Zara.
This I'm adding a tradition for it because it's an intelligence check.
Oh,
Here I
hey,
go
one
and
of the,
intelligent
one of
naturing
the,
again.
one of the few things Zereth can actually do.
You know what? That's fucking accurate.
Just what the fuck is a land squid?
You know that's fucking accurate. I kind of want to go with that.
Yeah, it's not. Fuck is this? I'm sorry. I just need a moment.
Alright. While you're doing that, I'll go put addition to sync. I'll be right back.
All right. Meanwhile, with the rest of you all,
What the fuck's a land squid?
so Alice, so Alfred, you don't know. Rahamid, I'll get to you, or I'll get to Alex and explain to him. Zaris, land squid. You think for a moment, as you immediately remember the whole thing on Gorilla Octopus. On Gorillas, yeah. Maybe it's talking about that.
what I think it is.
Hmm.
Oh God, it's what I think it. Oh God, it's what I think it is, isn't it?
Look, I'm not going to confirm or deny it. I'm just going to torment you with the eternal silence. How does that make you feel? Terrible? Not good? Okay? Meh? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that whatever. Shit.
I've returned.
Hello, return. You made this a lot less awkward.
Alright, so. What does my 25 in nature?
25 in nature. Let's see here. Stop it. With your 25 in nature, you managed to, you know that land squid is, it's an apt name to describe this that sort of creature. I mean, they're more often than not referred to as gorillas octopus around these parts, usually. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Alright, so they're actually common to this area then.
To an extent, yeah. Relatively speaking, yeah, essentially. Now, that being said, for the most part, it's kind of. I mean, they can stay on the surface for hours at a time, thanks to the moss that grows on them. It's almost sometimes immediately freezing and capturing the moisture on them and making it last a lot longer. So, I mean, there's that, fortunately. The only unfortunate part is that they're pretty well, from what you've heard, they're absolutely revolting. You never want to you never want to eat those things, but apparently it's some sort of local delicacy or whatever.
Okay.
You don't know why, you don't know how, but people apparently eat them sometimes. Yeah. But that's first and only thing that comes immediately to mind.
Oh, I forgot to roll.
Yeah.
Doing something else. Sorry.
It's probably to you. It's very likely to be a gorilla shrimp or not shrimp. What the fuck? Gorilla octopus. Uh, you could, yeah, you're not entirely sure, though.
And then there's a Shauna.
There's a Shauna. Yeah, that's just a common. That's one of the common names for gorilla octopi. From what you've read, they're certainly very active at times. Generally, though, you'll want to. Well, unless you're looking for something quick to eat and you're not particularly picky when it comes to taste, I mean, they can be pretty. They're pretty useful in their own right.
You don't mind getting your head caved in.
Or caving in the skull or lack of skull of an octopi.
All right.
Really, it comes down to perspective.
Yeah. All right. So the only thing I noticed of late was the land squid.
Yeah. Or gorilla octopus. But yeah. These parts known as... Yeah. But anyways. Is there anything else you'd like to ask them? Ask it? Just staring at you in confusion and horror?
Nothing comes up on the top of my mind. You guys got anything?
Have you eaten?
Yo, what?
Have you eaten today?
Yeah, I don't think he needs to. Right?
The rabbit.
Are you asking the
I'm
rabbit?
not asking Rahama doesn't eat yet. I'm asking the rabbit.
Oh, the rabbit is... As Muhammad translates... Sort of just looks around... Kind of confused between you, Rahamid, the weird big dragon-looking man that pulled its ears and kind of is pulling its ears.
Well, he's got about the scruff of the neck now.
Well, that being said, is there anything else you'd like to procure?
Did it answer, or is it just giving me a confused look?
Yeah, it's just giving you all a confused look. You guys just kind of people came out of nowhere. It doesn't know how to respond immediately before it eventually does respond and saying, "I know, I could. Are you offering?"
Yes. Are you hungry?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna need you to make an animal handling check.
God.
Is it 23?
23. Comes down a little. Yeah. Okay. He just looks over to Xeris. As right as
Tomorrow, could I transfer?
translating.
Could I transfer the told?
The what?
Could I transfer the told?
Xeris will freely hand him over.
You do so. It's a lot more relaxed. Before Ashana, sort of looks over to Riker, or not Riker, Xeris for a moment. Just standing there, waiting.
Am I holding it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to use a mage hand and give it a carrot.
Actually, fun fact that carrots are not actually meant for rabbits. I'm like,
What is? I apologize for the assumption. What would you like to?
That I was about to say that it appreciates it and takes it happily, but
well, no, oh, sorry. It's just like one of those weird facts that I know because it's like Bugs Bunny made that popular, thinking that like bunnies like all bunnies like carrots. When it's like a rare sweet for them, I think, because of all the natural sugar in it. I think. I can't remember the exact facts. I have to look it up.
I'm still bumming words, so like feed.
it will gladly chomp at it. Sort of look at you very curiously before continuing to chomp at it. Okay. So, is that all? As Muhammad then translates.
No, that's all that was done. Sorry for them, man. Coming out of nowhere.
Okay.
I'll let the rat down.
Alright. The rabbit goes quickly, sort of hops a little bit before turning back to your party to look at your party before just going off into a sprint into a snow pouch.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
that
that's
happened.
what
Yeah.
happens. Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so I did double check my facts. It's that, yeah, carrots are like sweets for rabbits, essentially, right? They do like it,
No,
but having
I
too
just
much.
gave them.
Yeah.
I just gave them dessert for breakfast, essentially.
Damn it, Yang.
Why, you have rations, don't you?
Yeah, I pulled it from my rations. Because I have rations and produce.
But fresh meat, that's like. Anyways,
It's because rations are like jerky and trail mix. So I put produce separately.
Yeah, more often than not, yeah.
So I put my produce separately from my rations.
okay, so keep on traveling forward then. Well, I take training from Ashana to see if I can get proficiency in perception because.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Survival check from the Pathfinder and a land vehicles check from the driver, which I believe is Alistair.
Yeah, Alistair is the only one, so I guess it was Muhammad would be the Pathfinder, and I would just help from inside the carriage. Okay.
Let's see here. Let me just pull up the. There we go.
Unless me and Muhammad like scoot.
Alright, let's see here. So, Mr. Armored, are you there? Armored?
He might have
Oh
gone
dear.
off to grab food.
It's okay, I'll just roll for him.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh,
Waiting for my food.
Okay.
okay. Could you roll a land vehicles check? Ignore the fact that I rolled for you. It won't count.
Yeah, we thought you were getting food, not waiting.
23. Makes sense. Never have me roll, but yeah.
It's better than 10.
Yeah.
I have dictated that Yang roll for me,
Yeah.
but it was unavailable.
Yeah. For good reason.
Because Auntie will get me killed.
Good.
Okay, look here. You're not wrong, but why you gotta do me like that?
Okay, so am I doing survival check, or I actually have to pass survival amongst the group?
I think technically, kind of.
Well, it was. I think it was for. Let me check the perception. I think it was just your wisdom check if you're training in perception.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, can I actually pathfind while being while training to get proficiency in perception?
I would say you'd have to make a survival with disadvantage then.
Well, I'm helping.
Yeah, essentially.
And so he's going to get the proficiency.
Yeah, she's acting as a tutor. But yeah, mine's a 7. So
Yeah. You you managed to you managed to sort of traverse through for the most part. Alistair is the quality of his driving does not fall or falter. as expected of a man of his skill.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm good at it.
Just born this way. Yeah. Let's see. Thing said, it is a little bit rough, though of no fault of any of your own, as a few of the few times you get a bit of rough weather. But again, nothing that could cannot be mostly avoided. Yeah.
Ending.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to check a few things here for a quick moment.
Yeah. Right now we're not on the overworld map, so I'm just like curious of like how progress we're making.
Here we are. As you make your way there, as you begin to turn ahead and see it clearing towards the village, it is almost completely inhabited. You see some villagers here and there traveling between some places. You see a few farmers that appear to be plucking out some combination of cabbage and turnips and potatoes. It looks like. All in all, it's relatively peaceful. But of course, peaceful doesn't always mean safe. Well, at least for some of you. More paranoid of you.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing out anyone in particular.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
All right. So. What time did we arrive here? Is it like late night, or is it still like we have plenty of time today?
You have plenty of time today.
Okay. All right. I guess first we'll meet up with who we're gonna meet up with in this town and talk with them. It's I can't remember who we were supposed to meet up with.
Oh.
But that was that.
So that was the door.
Yeah. Might want to oil those hinges.
I think it was a representative or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, well, doing what he'd do, kind of just moseying along with the rest of the group on the road. Varys will promptly take what free time he's got for the moment. And you know what? He's gonna keep trying for fucking Blind Fighter.
Good news. You get to roll your wisdom check.
I get the feeling there's a but.
No, there's no but.
Oh,
Okay.
how pleasant.
Where do you
Damn.
know? Anyways. Yeah, okay. Huh. Yeah, you don't exactly have the best time there. If I say you don't pass, I'm sorry.
It could be worse.
Yeah, no, it could be a lot worse.
Honestly, if you're trying to train for Plant Fighter, I don't understand why you can't just get some wisdom rings attuned to that. Like, switch out your attunements whenever you go to train, and then you have a boost to your wisdom modifier.
Because you see,
Attunement is a long
wisdom
process.
gems would take money to make.
Just jingling sounds coming from Wreck-It Rama, just being like, what? Seriously, man, I'm like, I have 200, like, was it 22,000 platinum?
Well, yeah, but you're nowhere near a town.
Yeah, we're in a small fishing village
Yeah,
off the coast.
At a small fishing village.
It's that kind of town. It's a freaking. I thought
not,
when you said
not
town,
that
I'm like,
big,
oh, it must means like it has a magic shop because I was going to do some purchases, and I was like,
They probably
more
have
of a village than town.
Yeah, there's probably somebody who tinkers with magic, maybe, but somebody who just full blown mage who lives here, not as likely.
Yeah. Okay. Regardless.
Auntie.
Yes.
I would actually like to slow down a little bit and wave over to a farmer.
Okay. All right. You wave at a farmer.
Like motioning him to come over.
Oh, they sort of looked at you and sort of waved back for a moment. They don't look. I may know what your intentions are, but they just sort of they just appear to just wave back. I will just outright say they appear to be very busy with whatever they are doing, which appears to be plowing the fields.
Well, that's fortunate on my end, but okay. Well, he's not going to bother them much longer. And he gives a respectful nod and horse trots along the road.
Yeah. So I know we were supposed to meet up with someone here, and I just can't remember whom.
Well, sorry, give me a sec. I'm getting a bit distracted here. Let me just take care of this.
Snake, I'm a snake. Snake.
I'm trying to remember. I think he was a representative of the Seven Nobles, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you don't. There's no Seven Nobles Guild. This is just a regular village that exists here.
Yeah.
I will say though, for villages, at most they have is at the very least a priest. In terms of any sort of.
It was a meeting with the representatives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that there is a whole branch.
Yeah, we get it that this place is not ideal for shopping, so we're just like, dropping it. We'll wait until we get back to Zarissa or something.
I was saying if we're meeting somebody, it was probably a representative of the guild, and not that there's a branch itself.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we're trying to meet up with who we're trying to meet up with here. Because like I said, I love game. I don't remember.
But how much longer does it take for us to venture into town?
Eventually a few minutes. It looks to be relatively, relatively quiet walk. Some villagers take note of you, but they don't really approach you. I mean, if you'd like, you could make an insight check.
Yen, can you do that for me? Though he'll jokingly ask the nearest person, do you know where the nearest town is so I can forget the road?
All right. make a straight. Make a straight charisma check. This is for first impressions.
Thank you, please.
So 19 for the first one.
Scene. You see a young man, sort of, just sort of look at you, somewhat confused, but noticing your attire, you seem foreign, so they just not say, yes, we have a local, it's not a big place, not he switches to basically Russian, just for a moment, basically asking, uh, how do you say? Uh, Before switching back to English, is it an inn? Yeah, it's a small. Don't have inn, but we have a bar here.
Doctor.
Bird nods. No, towards you.
And he passes a platinum piece for good information.
Okay, are you sure you want to do that?
You know what? Let's make that a silver piece because go.
You don't
Here,
want too much attention, I take
yeah,
it.
yeah, pretty much like your next round's on me.
Right. Sort of
Kind of
nod
deal.
appreciation before tipping his hat. Yeah.
Could I make that inside as well?
Go ahead. Or was it insight? All right. 23.
So 27
Oh,
on
20.
advantage.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, forgot. You take a moment. It's very. Well, you don't have a lot of experience speaking to these sort of people. You don't really know them, but they appear to be, relatively friendly. They're just. You're probably one of the first few people to show up in a while, so they're probably just, trying to make a good impression as well.
Alright, so we'll continue heading to the meeting spot. Yeah, let's go to the meeting spot.
I mean, I guess so.
Well, where is the meeting spot?
Yeah. But you're specifically
Um,
asked to come here to see what's going on, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't think there's a meeting spot. We're just meant to investigate the area.
Yeah, we're meant to have a look around, see if we can.
Discern if
Catch one
anything's, if there's anything wrong. I thought this was one of the potential key locations.
Well, I think it is an artifact location.
Yeah.
But I think we have to investigate around first.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that we were meeting up with someone. I didn't know it was just general investigation. Because, like I said, I was making a mention of that and nothing.
Yeah, that is on me. That is on me.
Yeah, it was just jumbled.
Yeah, because it's been a bit. It's been a little bit, so my brain's friggin' fried from the heat, so it doesn't help. So investigations to see if I can find anything suspicious or up, or if anything's out of the usual.
You know what? Zeris, he's not gonna go to the bar with everybody else. He's gonna go kind of out into like the I guess pretty much the equivalent of the whatever the closest thing to the central area, the village, place where most folks typically tend to go throughout their day. He's gonna go there instead.
All right. For everyone else, are you guys going to be splitting off as well, or?
So I said, Sean and Alistair can go to the bar, and then Adrian will check out any back streets.
All right.
If anything, Yeah, for Rahamid, it's just seeing if anything's out of pocket, anything unusual, anything else. But like he'll leave Imp with Xeris if I see Xeris wandering off on his own, or if anyone's leaving on their own. At the very least.
Or if he looks like he's in trouble.
Yeah, so just like have Imp follow whoever is the loneliest.
Yeah, Zeris would be going off on his own, so
Yeah.
he would be the one to send the imp with.
Oh, you guys haven't asked what I was doing.
Oh, there's also Adriana.
Yeah.
Because Adriana's going to check out like back streets and stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
You
Yeah.
right?
What's Al doing?
Yeah. We were getting to
He was going to go with the Shara as well.
No, Shaman. I was going to say, Shaman, possibly you can check out the bar.
Yeah. Like, if you and Ashana want to take the bar, I'll take the village center. And we can go from there.
Yeah.
Practically.
So yeah, you're taking Imp.
Okay, so
Yeah, it'd be between me and Adriana. Effectively.
and just to make sure I understand, Rahamid is sending his familiar to keep an eye on them while the imp is investigating.
You know what? Send it with Adriana because she's not gonna have. She might not have the luxury of being in a public area.
She's going back streets, so.
Yeah.
up to you guys. Imp's just
Yeah. Yeah, I think Riker has.
Yeah, because at least if anybody were to try to get after Xeris, they'd.
It'd be like,
just
there's
pull
that
out
little.
there
Where'd he go?
and- Yeah, Xeris can bolt out there before they even see him again.
Or
Yeah.
at the very least, he can take care of himself if he comes to a fight very audibly. Might I say?
Yeah, like they wouldn't really be able to get to him without causing a massive fucking scene. Because, innocent people.
All I'm imagining is someone tries to touch Xeris when he doesn't want to be touched. No, don't touch me there.
No, it's literally hand goes to reach out. Xeris just suddenly just blinks, they blink. The Xeris is gone. It's like, where'd he go?
I like my idea better.
I mean, it can be both. That's what he's saying while he's running away.
No, don't touch me.
No.
No. Why? No, as Xeris just approaches menacingly.
Fuck your no swear.
Xeris just starts doing the fucking JoJo walk.
Oh,
This is all I imagine. Just someone's talking to him as he gets the wrong feel, and just also just. Whoop.
Yeah, essentially. That being said, but yeah. So first, let's go through Rahamid, since his is relatively simple. I only say relatively because it.
I have a super high modifier.
Well, yeah, well, kind of. This would require a perception check? Or not perception. No. Hold on, how do I say it? It would take a. It would take a perception check.
Why?
Touchdown. It was, I guess it was investigating, but you have to like peek through.
Yeah. It'd be an investigation check if you're specifically looking for. If if you're investigating for something in particular, if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, then
Why must you make me roll the things I'm not good at?
look.
Because you
I
asked
will
to
make-
look for the
I
things you're not good at.
I will never make you roll things that you're not good at if you just don't choose to make rolls against things you're not good at.
I told you that's what I'm specifically looking for, and you just.
Well, it's very broad. Is anything wrong? I mean, that could be anything from somebody taking your
It's a rutabaga bean.
Hold on, let me think if I can try to reword this to be more specific, because apparently now I gotta kill time doing this. Mr. Fucking, I don't want to kill time. Oh, you're ever gonna make me kill time. God. Stop it!
No.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I will not make you kill time if there is no time that needs to be killed. I'll go on slaughtering.
You just keep slaughtering clocks. I don't know where we get the money for it.
Okay. Alright. So, quick reminder why we're in this town, because I keep losing track, because, like, my brain...
There's an artifact.
Answer, please.
Artifact here. Last reported to possibly be here. It is unknown whether or not it's, well, true.
So,
it's not known if it's true, but it's the only lead you have at the moment.
okay, so that's what I'm using my investigation for. Like, tracking down any information of if the key actually is here or any circumstances of it. Is that better?
Or I just need to make sure. Like, are you
Flagging down people and stuff.
looking for the guards?
You confused me again. I'm like, you're dealing with heat brain, man. Like and I'm asking Auntie. So it's no offense to you, Shauna, but when my brain's this hot, it's like I no offense. I have trouble understanding you.
I'm under the impression he's like flagging some people down, talking to guards, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did not understand that single word.
Alright, well. First and foremost then, let's just go back a little bit. So are you going to be talking to people? Are you going to look around for just some clues? What exactly?
Talking will require persuasion. I'm not good at that.
Well, actually, it'll be a charisma-based investigation check.
Oh, so something I'm not good at.
I mean, you're proficient in investigation, I believe. Or
yeah, it's a difference between like I'm using my +10 intelligence or my +1 in charisma. So, yeah. Strictly intelligence-based investigation. Not to mention, what is it? Where's the spell?
Eidetic memory?
Yeah, it specifically says intelligence-based checks. So sticking with intelligence. Swear if you say I have to be more specific than just I just want to stick with intelligence.
Investigation check, jeez. Such a drama queen. I'm not saying that in a nice way. But, let's see here. Oh, God, give me a sec. Alright. Sorry, where the hell am I? Do you make your investigation check?
Yeah, that's the 30 plus 10 that I rolled earlier.
Alright, I just needed... Alright. Okay, I didn't... My bad. Brain.
Yeah.
So, I need you to tell me. Remind me because I just had because between my puppy just pulling at my shirt a little bit, I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Uh, like combination of hitting like killing my brain and trying to be specific, along with like freaking.
Repeat it just one last time.
I'm trying to find the rumors of the key was here, or it actually is here, is true.
All right. You look around and let's see here. Suffice to say, it's a bit difficult at first, but you somehow prevail as you see a for sale sign that appears to have a weirdly shaped bit of metal right there. That kind of looks like a key artifact. I mean, this is just the drawing of, a local villager, and it may just be them trying to pull a scheme, or it may just be some block of wood, or it may just be just a hunk of metal that they found in that they trade off of a merchant, but it's something.
So a drawing of the key.
Yeah, a for sale with a address on it, with a specific address on it, towards a specific house.
All right, I'll go check out the address, and I'll have, if I can, have the relay the information because I think it can speak, because I can tell like, yeah, I think with my familiar I can telepathically link with familiar and command it as long as it's within range.
Yeah, within a mile.
Yeah, so I can have familiar relay information. Very easily.
You'll make your way there, and in that case, we'll switch over to Zeros.
So,
Zeros. Sorry about that. Between getting lost a few times because of puppy and other things, could you repeat what you were doing exactly?
so Xeris went to the pretty much I guess the closest thing to the village center that he could find, or whatever central area the village has, I should say,
Mm.
if nothing else. And he's just gonna listen in for any indication of anything remotely describing the artifact.
All right. All right. Case, make a perception check, I suppose.
This isn't gonna be great. Damn it, leave.
Then, you don't really hear uh any specific rumors or anything of the sort. That is, or well, no, yeah, you just don't hear many rumors. You do, however, appear to have caught the attention of what appears to be a few of the locals, some kids.
Oh boy.
As you see, some of them appear to be very poorly sneaking behind you, you know, keeping a distance, sort of saying something in their. Is your character? I forgot. Is your character proficient in Russian?
Nope.
Russian common?
Nope. Not Russian, no.
Then you would not. Unfortunately, you would not know what they're saying.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. I never did set up what forms of common that Ron has. Fuck. And I keep asking for a list of freaking actual common variations are
So-
common in this setting.
Yeah, that's all me.
Yeah. So, how poverty-stricken do the kids look? Roughly. Like, are we talking orphans who've been living on the streets, or...
Make an insight check on them.
Oh, 20.
Soft 20. Alright, so. You want to hear the good news or the bad news first?
You know what? Hit me with the bad news.
Alright. The good news is, actually, the bad news is, you're all too familiar with this, and as you've been in that sort of same situation before, very clingy parents. It looks like they're just locals who may just be, curious at an outsider coming into town. They very clearly they're not street children or anything like that. They're just curious kids who just want to see the weirdo. Walk into town.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
He's looking.
He's not gonna say anything to indicate that he's spotted them. About how many of them are there?
It's about like a trio.
Alright, yeah.
2 humans and what appears to be a halfling child.
Alright.
It's very odd considering this weather, but who knows? Maybe he might be adopted, or maybe his parents might be, travelers.
Yeah.
Or they live in town.
Yeah, or they're visiting. Who knows? You won't know until then.
Well, he's not gonna say anything, no. But he's just gonna take out 3 silver and just yeet it. And, well, not yeet it behind him full force or anything, and also not at them, obviously. But he will toss the 3 silver coins in their like at their feet, effectively.
Mm. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Be right back.
Oh, how does that work?
Oh, going.
I just finished eating food. Going to toss my can away.
Neat.
Then
All
I'm going to proceed to yell at you.
Sorry about that. I need to put the dog outside of my room because she's
Acting up.
yeah.
That's what dogs do.
Yeah. Doesn't make it okay, but regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Where were we? Right. Sorry, what were we doing again? I'm so sorry.
Tossing 3 silver coins at the kid's feet.
Okay. All right. You do so. They meet. Let's see here. Okay, so one of the kids, sort of the one human kid or one of the human kids steps back a bit as the other two just sort of like body tackle or try to tackle each of the coins. Poorly, but kind of yeah. Yeah, that is what you find. Or that's what happens. Two of the kids, the halfling and one of the other human kids, uh, specifically goes up to it and runs up and tries to, and they both grab onto them. It's just, yeah, one of them took a step back and away.
Yeah. And he's gonna just. He's not really gonna say much. He'll just real calm, turn around, give a smile, nod to the one that stepped back, and he's just gonna leave the coins there
Okay.
for them to
Yep.
do with what they will.
The other two kids just sort of rush back to their friend. The other kid just sort of looks at you confused, completely uh, unaware of what you're trying to entail or what the hell just happened. Yeah.
He might very well explain when he gets. He might very well explain. He might very well realize it when he gets older.
All right. Well then, in the meantime, you all right. Is there anything else you'd like to do as that occurs? Since you can't seem to notice anything particularly odd around there.
You know what? He's gonna seeing as how his end is turned up with nothing. He's gonna go check in with Adriana, since I imagine she's probably the closest to him.
Sure. And as that occurs, Adriana, uh, Shauna, what is or yeah, Yang, what is Adriana doing specifically?
And she's just checking the back streets, like checking out houses and stores and stuff like that.
All right.
Seeing if there's any like tracks that may lead somewhere or stuff like that.
All right. Make for me
Like
survival.
footprints, not tracks.
Make
Or
for me
maybe
a
tracks.
Okay, then make for me a
Yeah,
survival.
it's just let me reword all that.
Oh, it's
It was
good. Good.
she's just looking at. I'm trying to avoid talking to people, mostly because back roads are shady and she has low charisma. So she's more just like looking at the state of houses and possible shops and like footprints that lead off from the main road and stuff like that.
Right. Okay, make a survival check to see if you notice any, odd footprints.
All right.
30. Okay, as you're specifically avoiding any particularly dodgy alleyways. Let's see here.
I'm more just avoiding people, essentially.
Yeah. Understood.
It's mostly because I have really low charisma.
Yeah.
Well, not that low, but
you can read
one,
people, but you're not a talker.
I'm not a talker. I can like read people. I can get body language and everything, but I do not like talking.
Okay. And you do find some rather interesting footprints. Yeah, close to coming from not into an alleyway, but out of an alleyway. As you see little black droplets as you sort of take a knee and get a little bit close to it, the smell is familiar but foreign. In an odd way, the smell reminds you of ink, but in this case, it's a lot more unrefined, almost homemade. And judging by the smell, and judging by with your sense of smell, the materials that might have been used, it also appears to be very flammable. The trail appears to come from a shop which appears to sell various general goods and the such. Appears to be leading out towards a building, another house.
And I assume it was when she starts heading up towards the house, that's when Zeus comes in.
Eventually.
Alright. It was a.
It's eventually
Yeah.
way there.
Yeah.
As you start making your way there, you hear Zeus, or you see Zeus before he says anything.
Oh yes, there's participating in the age-old hobby of kid fighting.
Okay. Yeah. Also, probably my input would have warned you by now that I have a possible location of key, but I'm gonna investigate it.
Possible lead to an artifact.
Yeah.
Unless we got a trail of seemingly homemade oil.
Oil or ink, but yeah.
Oil or ink. It was well, the flammable part is reminding me of oil, and then the droplets are reminding me of ink.
So, Gianna, you find anything?
Well, if you look around here, I found footprints not going into an alleyway, but out of an alleyway. And this reminds me of an ink, but an unrefined one. The trail leads to the shop, and then leaves the shop, and then goes up to that house on the mountain there.
So, Auntie, about how far is that house where the two of them are currently standing?
Well, judging by the trail, I mean, it kind of cuts off at around the corner, but you probably figure it's about, like, still in the town limits, probably, hopefully. Probably just,
Probably on the outskirts.
or probably, like, around the edges of it, more like.
Yeah.
Also, be careful while we track this, because it appears to be very flammable, like an oil.
Noted. So
It's possibly due to seemingly homemade ingredients inside the sink.
So that Cyrus is gonna very calmly get into a running position and off he goes, following the trail.
All right.
And 30 feet walking speed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're heading towards the house.
Okay. And while that is occurring, let's see here. Shauna and Alistair.
Yes.
Two of you enter the local local tavern. It appears to be rather sparse, judging by. Oh, I mean, considering it's the morning, nobody's probably visiting at this hour. You do see that they appear to be, cleaning up, opening shop. One of the barmaids is uh, cleaning cleaning some cups and glasses, while the barkeep appears to be dealing with what he appears to be sort of in the middle of looking at a chair leg, sort of shaking a little bit.
Greeting.
Yeah. He says, he sort of says something actually,
I don't understand.
He would speak Russian because he does Russian.
yeah, right.
Or
I
his
forgot. I checked your character sheet. You do.
As I don't understand because it's my exalted between copy on languages.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
if I need the extra push, I can cast tongues.
All right. You both hear him and sort of say to the bar to the sorry, one moment.
If there's not at least one liat in his sentence.
idiot.
Yeah, okay, I'm back. You see, as you hear him say to the bar, to the, there, to the bar lady, yeah, barmaid. Fuck, that's the right word. You see, as she looks at the, as he says to the barmaid, one of the barmaids, to say, hey, you do something along the lines of that, sort of scolding them, saying that they didn't warn him that there's any customers coming in. They both the one that is currently cleaning some glasses and cups, and another that appears to just be coming out of the uh probably the back room. We probably store some extra foods and are probably preparing ingredients. The lady with glasses in hand simply replies in her native tongue, Russian, that that they literally just came here. What could she have said? Oh, I think there's somebody about to come over here. That she's not a oracle or a priest. She can't see the future or one of
I'm
those.
not a psychic force.
I'm not a wizard. I can't tell the future.
Not all wizards know the future. To be fair.
I think you say that in their language.
Yes.
Hmm. They sort of the lady sort of just not. I was like, yeah, and then sort of stopped like, oh wait, oh shit, he knows what we're saying.
I mean, I can tell the future a little bit.
Yeah,
Please note, heavily accent, but still, still enough to get by. Hey, his mom made him learn language.
yeah.
Um, uh, what's on the menu? We had a long. What town did we come from?
You came from Gustav.
Oh, we came from Gustav, and I am starving.
I don't have to make anything special. I apologize for coming in early.
That too.
All right. All right. The barkeep just sort of a slight cut before saying anyway. Before basically saying anyways. Welcome to our. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna do his accent quite.
No,
So
that's okay.
he says, "You, we, our apologies. We weren't expecting outsiders. It's been a while."
That's okay. My apologies as well for coming in so early. I'm just in that turnover.
Gustav. Those bastards. They haven't sent a messenger to us or any our usual supply for a few weeks now.
Sadly, they're low on supplies as well. We're here working with them to get you to try and get.
No, the bandits too rough for treating them too rough.
What was that?
What's this is what's that? The bandits treating them a bit too rough.
Well, they have a bit more than that.
More like they were attacked by monsters.
And also an avatar and Eldritch theater.
He just sort of stops for one of the barkeep who was just setting down some like wooden cups down onto the table, sort of just slaps him outside the head. They would attack you, idiot. That's why you didn't get our usual supply. It's like, yes, it's just coming to be. Yeah, sorry. Sorry for being bitter.
That's good.
What's been happening lately now?
I am a cleric. I can help with supplies a little bit.
No, it's fine. We've actually been doing quite well for now.
Okay.
Apologies for my mood. I've been politics.
No, that's good. Yeah. I don't like
massacre
politics either.
The massacre in Rothinia. It's not put my trust in local.
I understand.
Well, puts things into perspective. Come to think, I thought that noble bastard who never leaves that castle, that place of his, was actually just holding out on us. By the gods,
No.
I've never seen him. I've never even met the man.
Apparently, he cares a lot for his people. I got a very rare. Hates the man. He is kind. Surprisingly, like he said, please note, Alistair is dressed like a fucking noble, and yet he's down talking on nobles mostly.
Well, at the moment, yeah.
Though it kind of makes sense because said noble is fucking golem.
Yeah, or you never said anything about him being a golem. Sorry, did you say anything about him being a golem?
No.
Okay, you didn't. Okay, just making sure.
But for the most part, yeah.
Well, hopefully, after they recoup a bit, you can get your supplies. So,
Unfortunately, yeah, they might need supplies from you. You fine folk.
Sorry, yeah. It starts to put everything in a bit more perspective. You settle the Could you help actually a little bit? We and my employees are having a bit of a disagreement. He sort of gestures towards the barkeep who's cleaning up the glasses. A human woman, fair complexion, black hair, uh, brown eyes. She is sort of just says, "You have to bring outsiders into this. They don't even know. They don't understand what's going on. Yeah, it's third perspective. Not everyone here. Somebody, an outsider who may not know too much about details, much as us." She rolls her eyes and says, "So me and the boss have been having disagreement over the Ruthenian massacre. You know, the thing that's been causing a bit of trouble with people and the legitimacy of the nobles. How much do you know?"
Okay, shall I roll a thing that gives me knowledge on historical shit?
Make a
Well,
history
then,
with. Oh, sorry.
I use what I already know, or do you want me to roll history?
I would say, I mean, in the case of Shauna, she's been out of the loop for a while, so she probably would not have heard of this. So,
Okay.
yeah, in that case, history. Actually, because of you being a noble, it definitely catch your ears with advantage.
Eats. Here comes double nat ones, everyone. I'm going to ask for my reroll.
Go ahead. You can reroll armored.
Thank you.
It's
All
an
right.
advantage. Oh.
Nat 20.
For a total 24. All right. And again, let's see here. There we go. So, the Ruthenian massacre happened a bit ago, about 6 or 7 months ago. A local, a local carpenters guild had visited the Ruthenian nobleman's home, a particularly uh, influential individual in the Erythrean government, regarding payment for a job that he had for a repair job he had on the well, the on the official's home personal on the noble's own household. The noble provided the money, and according to what you've heard, he provided it, basically as you know was was agreed upon by them. About a solid 150 platinum, which, from your knowledge, would definitely at least definitely way more than cover the fees for the materials. It was then they had a bit of a disagreement. Words were had. They left out in a her room, and they eventually came back with a bunch of their own workers and own family members and the such, protesting against the unfair payment. Again, from what you've heard, they were paid well over, what was basically established, and well more than what would have been the standard for labor and materials. But then it got very
Heated.
messy. The guards that were there to guard, basically make sure they could protest, but not riot. Just stood guard. It wasn't agreed upon. It had, or there are whispers here and there. Nobody really knows who did it first, or how, or what happened. But next thing you know, a gunshot was heard, and just all hell was let loose. A lot of people lost their lives that day, both guards and carpenters and civilians. And people since then, for the past 6 or 7 months, have been questioning the legitimacy of the noble of Rothenia, whether or not he should continue being a noble, or whether the nobles of Erether should continue to rule at all, because if something like this could happen, if a level of corruption like this happens, in Rothenia, what's to say it doesn't happen somewhere? It doesn't happen anywhere else, but nobody hears about it. Then again, at the same time, nobody knows who fired the first shot. It's a very he said, she said. No one knows.
The common folk says the nobles fired it. The
No,
nobles say.
The commoners say that the nobles ordered one of the guards to fire it. Whether how, some claim it was somebody on a rooftop who was given a few lethal rounds instead of rubber rounds that pulled the trigger. Some say it was a revolutionary who wanted to spark a bit of tension, if you catch my meaning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really, nobody knows.
Or some asshole kid yelled fire and they did.
No. Somebody. Yeah. There's also the third theory of somebody just shot a gun into the air and
All hell broke loose.
everyone lost their minds.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Or someone set off a firework.
Unlikely. I put this.
Victorian age is fireworks are not popularized yet. They're there, but they're not.
Quite.
Yeah.
No, not quite. They are. No. There's a distinct sound of a gun being shot and.
Oh yeah. It isn't like today's day and age where a firework can be sync firearms. Like Victorian age's firearms, it's like that thing's louder than a firework.
Kind of. Victorian age firearms, they're a lot more clunky and a lot more analog, put simply, compared to the firework, which is just a chemical reaction that projects them upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
Not to mention.
That is what you know.
Not exactly quiet.
Yeah.
And he says his mind. Personally, I thought it was a third party trying to spark conflict and unease. Because some people get off on that, sadly.
The lady sort of looks over to the barkeep and says, "You don't know how people are here. You're an outsider. I don't expect you to know everything. That's
Well, I think it was
like that."
it is a high possibility that Noble could have used the guards, could have helped her, but yeah, that seems like it could be a rogue civilian trying to incite something.
It turns out to be that. That turns out to be the case. Ah. I'd rather I'd rather wear a metal hat and wear a metal hat and call myself Piotr. Piotr from Gustav. With all that. How do you say the scholarly sorts, you should call it nihilism?
Nihilism?
Yeah, nihilism. Yes, it's very. I can't believe that somebody would actually do that.
Yeah.
And the barmaid just says, "Well, people are people. I mean, here we are very close knit, yes, but doesn't mean the city folk are quite the same. You have a good heart, Art. Yeah, what the fuck? Sorry. You have a yeah.
Quit doing the accent if it's gonna make you chop up that much.
Get some water.
You yeah. You have too good of a heart. I keep forgetting his name, but I forgot his name, but I'll probably recall it later. As you just it's like that's far away. You don't need to worry about it here. So you heard the foreigner. You heard this foreigner. He said he met the uh, noble of Gustav. He's a good man or good woman. Who knows? Who cares? They've always looked out for us. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't be so skeptical. Well, you shouldn't be so skeptical or irate because something happened across the lake. Across the lake. Is search products. Yeah, I can't. How can I help you?
Oh, again, food.
Oh, right. Eugenia, as he sort of looks over to the other barmaid who's just setting up cups. A half-elf woman with relatively brownish, almost blackish, kind of, I guess more, oh God, what's something in pepper?
Oh, salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper-y hair. As could you get get the stove warmed up a bit early?
No,
Yes.
no rush. I know it's early.
You seem like good enough people. It's not often we get guests anyway, so only fair. Especially after hearing us ramble so much.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I love having conversations.
Honestly, that's why we came in here to listen to people talk.
And then notices the iconography. Oh, you're one of those guilders, foreign, not foreign, but what foreign of dungeon delving guild is.
We are how you say like, and he says this in Italian. We are archaeologists guild.
I'll translate.
Yeah, he sort of.
Oh, he speaks Russian.
Yeah, he.
You said in Italian.
Italian.
No, he said how you say.
How you say? Okay, that okay. We I don't exactly know what that is, but I know I've only heard that they delve into dungeons and discover things long lost in history.
Well, that's sort of what we do.
And we also look at the people who are behind the artifacts and the treasures, document for people like you and I to go to a big building to look at and learn.
Hmm. Well, what would you like?
So unfortunately, due to where we are now, very unfortunate name, the Seven Nobles Guild.
Yes. Me too. I hear where people say about them being associated with the noble there.
He shrugs. As he
I doubt. Then again, you all come from different areas, so I doubt you have anything to mess with things.
That's good work at least.
and hey, I mean, our idea of knives are different from your idea of. I mean,
Get to travel a lot.
Oh yeah, like I went to the Chicago Royal Empire. Very lovely.
Also, study at the Aberani Union.
Yeah, I'm from like, and in my home down the fuck. That's not what I say out loud, but
Lost train of thought.
Yeah,
You're in the Elder Union, I think, your home is.
like the United Hope Land.
You know, the Elbrand according to the map.
Alright.
That's not. Yeah, but we have a lot of history there too.
Mm. Mm.
And unfortunately, they treat people like me, as he motions to his blue skin, and horns and tail. No, well, lack of tail, but you get my drift. Kind of bad.
Look, I traveled around a bit. There's a trade there between Gustav and Hamar. Even a few times who I lost. You're about the same as regular people. A bit weird, and you have very peculiar taste in foreign food. But it's decent people.
Frankly, when it comes to food, put it in front of me and I'll eat it.
That I think we can both agree on. Now, judging by how you carry, judging by sort of gestures towards your boots, how clean your boots are, you didn't come in alone, or at least not on foot.
Now we have a deed, but these are kind of new. New boots.
Mm. Mm. Are you looking for something particular, or I might be able.
Oh, we're just looking for your village leaders so we can get trade up and running, back up and running for all our sake.
Then you're going to want to go visit Max. Then you're going to want to visit Maxim. He's sort of gives you the general directions. He appears to reside at a at the dockyard ship house, a basically a or fishing house, fishing home, where he's a fisherman by trade, but of course he does lead this village's uh, daily goings on. It's a community thing.
So, will there be a place? Is there a place in town for us to stay, or are we sleeping within our cart?
He sort of looks over. The barkeep, the bar, sorry, barkeep. The barkeep looks specifically towards the barmaid with the glass. Just shakes her head. I don't. Well, no, they're full. Uh, I don't think we have anyone in the village who'd be really able to offer housing, but maybe if you speak to Maxim, he might be able to set up a place to. At
No,
very
we don't wish to
Oh,
put anyone out. Just
Uh,
a warm meal, fine.
yeah, it's understandable.
we don't
Just
usually. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Continue.
just a warm meal would be fine. I can sleep in our cart.
And we built it to be comfortable, after all.
Alright.
He'll also to everyone pretty much stating go see Mac, like
Yeah.
Mac.
Go ahead.
Or,
Roll for me a survival check, or not survival, investigation check with advantage. Yeah, just as a reminder.
moi or
Either of you. Either of you, I'll stay. Either
Okay.
Sean or Alistair.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeet.
Eat.
I was about to say while they were doing that,
This is a trade-off.
Get the food.
Well, I understand food is also important, but I was also mentioned like the.
Oh yeah, they do provide you some a local well, some porridge, turnips, potatoes, with a cabbage slaw.
He eats it with gusto. Dead, put food in front of him. He'll eat it.
Yeah, to both of you, by the way. So
Yeah,
whether or not you eat it,
I savor it, more just enjoying it.
yeah, it's very. I mean, compared to everywhere else, like the Nine Hells that you visited once, or Mount, I mean, where food is kind of different. Mount Celestial, where the food was way too good.
That's my
Here,
first.
a lot more. It's been a while since you've had like a more, or visiting any of the other extraplanar cities. Here, it's a lot more humble.
This is my first tumble meal
Yeah.
back on the material plane.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm savoring it.
Yeah.
It's reminding myself of flavor, get my taste buds acquainted again.
As well as he sending down to give Xeris and telling him we'll meet him there.
Speaking of notification of stuff, did Imp finally relay the information about the possible location of where I think he is? Because I was still thinking over the fact that or if you're waiting for me to actually get there so I can see the key, or if it's actually not. It's. I just didn't want to forget or get
No,
lost.
it's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
You eventually make your way there. You find yourself a little bit of a ways away from what appears to be a dockyard home. Specifically, a small. At first, you think it's like a shack. It's a very modest. At first, you think it's like a very modest-looking shack. But upon looking at the back, it appears to extend a bit more. It's much like a smaller, much larger family home.
Alright, if that's where they're selling the key, I'll knock on the door. I mean, if it's not a place of business.
You hear, as you knock on the door, you hear the door slightly open, and peeking out, you see a part of a human face sort of peek out to you. Not as if torn out. I mean, as a regular person.
Yeah, I know what you meant. You don't need to over
I know.
explain.
I just clarify.
Yeah, you don't need to over clarify. That's the point. It's I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
It's just you guys. You've been seeing a lot of horrifying shit, so yeah, it's a normal guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, they. So the person just sort of, "Ew, what the, in common, in English, what the fuck are you?
A jackal.
I don't care what you jack off to. What the fuck?
No, a type of creature known to be found in the desert region.
You're one of those beasts. Okay, my bad. I'm. Okay, sorry. You see as they unlock the door, and coming out appears to be a man in very simple robes. Definitely looks like he's not from here. With a book under one hand and a extended hand from the other.
Yeah. Rahamad.
Charles, I'm visiting student.
Name's Rahamad. It shakes his hand.
Okay. Oh, sure looks like you've done. Oh, you're a Numerian, aren't you?
That is correct.
I did a stint visiting them for a little bit. Really are really interesting people. I'm sorry. I'm I'm nerding out a bit, huh? My name is Charles. As I mentioned, I'm a student. I'm also a traveling wizard, and I'm visiting some family here. And I take you're here to visit my cousin.
I actually came to ask about a possible artifact that you're found and selling, and bring up like the
Yeah, you're talking about again my cousin. So you probably want to talk to my cousin.
yeah.
Let me show you to him. As he says in almost perfect Russian. Let's see here. God damn it! Stop. And I say, Alexander, basically Alexander, get your butt over here. You have another person you need to yap they need to yap their ear off of. It is eventually after some words that are exchanged that you can't exactly make out to, probably some regional dialect, or they're just insulting each other, and you don't exactly. These are very probably local. This is probably local slang. You eventually see a bushy-haired, very very pale-skinned young man with it's the most it's the most strange thing, almost silvery whitish hair and crimson eyes. Okay, fine. It says in basically in Russian. Fine. Oh, that's beast folk. I read the yeah. You read a lot from my books that you've forgotten to give back. I'll give them back. Just give me a little bit. Like, I gave you 3 weeks. Okay, just he needs to talk to you about that thing you're trying to sell, pawn off. Ah, right. So go do it. Like, okay, fine. Jeez, yeah, come with me. Let me show you it.
Yeah, Muhammad will follow him.
Sorry about my. He's the man now known as Alexander. Uh, simply says it's a bit. He thinks he's so much better because he learned traveling around the world. I mean, I was able to get some good education in Hamar, and despite my condition. You're so. Just come over here. Follow me as he brings you to his room. He pulls out from a chest that probably figure doubles as his place he stores away his clothes, judging by the amount of socks he throws out. All in perfect pair, surprisingly. Uh, a slab of an almost broken piece of metal. Looks very similar to it. Make an Arcana check.
Alright. Good old identify my this because I can never stop doing that.
20. Okay, 31.
Yeah.
Sir, look at it. That actually might be it, but there's definitely something wrong with it. It's very flaky all around. It looks very rough around the edges. It's definitely seen something. Magic items usually almost always have some sort of
Protection.
protection, warding. Usually, even a minor abjurative effect can make them last decades upon hundreds of years. This, this appears to be in disrepair. You definitely can tell that for certain. I just pulled this up from the bottom of the lake. Barely. There's some lady just ran out of the lake, and can you believe just some lady swimming out in the middle of the lake in this weather in this time of the year?
Which lake did they come swimming out of?
Gestures towards the right here.
Oh, there's a lake on top of the icon.
Yeah, or below it.
Yeah. Oh, so the
Yeah.
it looks like it's a part of the sea. That's why it's like I was like this. Oh, great.
I'll just tell you outright, since you're gonna end up finding out about it later. This channel right here is where the salt water ends, and the fresh water begins. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware there's a weird location like that, and it's weird. Nature's weird.
Yeah. He says, even it's not even spring. It's still the middle of fall.
All right.
Regardless, some bright light. I barely managed to get out, and some weird monsters I managed to fend off. But after that, one of them dropped this. Well, I've been trying to pawn it off since.
All right. So, if you would allow me, could I inspect it, touch it?
Sure.
Get
Here, just give me a sec. As he sort of cradles it in one arm and utters an incantation under his breath as a mage hand, resembling a more how do I put this? Like pure, almost purely rock-like, pure like a rock hand, sort of appearing and lifting up what appears to be a a blanket. For he, using the mage hand, sort of gently wraps the bit of metal in it, just so that way you don't have to worry too much about getting it worse.
Yeah. Alright, once that thing's in my hand, I will use read object.
This is exactly what you're looking for. However, it is not charged.
Yeah, I'm assuming that what...
The last creature that handled it, you see what can basically be described as yeah, no, that's definitely a monster. I mean, this kid claim to have fought it off, but you look at him, and he knows some magic. Maybe he might have fended it off that way.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana or Nature check.
Arcana's better. Wit. Man.
28.
Yeah.
Judging by the description, or judging by the description you get from your spell and your knowledge, it's a feral. That's a feral Sahagin.
Feral Sahagin.
A
Jesus.
feral Sahagin. Yeah, it's sort of like with feral tribes. They're basically feral tribesmen. There are Sahagin that exist in the world that are more civilized and, uh, they're more integrated into civilization to a degree. I mean, they still stick to their sort of clan and tribal systems, although they just renamed it to kingdoms and nobles.
Alright, so... Can I...
Appears to be a separate, probably a separate Sahagin tribe that probably never exactly met anyone. You're saying?
So is it... Like, it doesn't have a charge. Is it because it's, like, broken? Or is it not whole because of it? Or do I know that with that much with read object? Or is it, like... It's like, it clearly is missing a part?
With your, we just read the details there. Okay. It's more that it's crunched inwards. When this key artifact, known as a loop, that's the first discovery you make actually of these things, these loops are not fully charged or completely discharged in some way, shape, or form. They need to be placed back where they were found for, at the very least, 8 hours to regain their charge. You also know that they can also be used to temporarily grant a creature access to spellcasting. But I'll just outright say, the village kid, he knows magic himself. He just went to like a local city to get taught. He didn't temporarily gain magic.
Alright,
More
so...
than you already had.
Okay. So, this is for the description. Could recharge work on this thing? Or is it so specific that it has to be done in a specific way? Because,
No. You can do it in this fashion. How do I put this? It has 100 charges. Or, according to your thing, it has a total of 100 charges.
yeah, that would take a lot of damage.
So that, I mean, you could in theory, but at the same time, I mean, it'd take too long. It's too expensive. It's probably better off right there. Or you could hand it off to the guild and they can handle it, but yeah.
Yeah, best option is find its original location and place it there and recharge it there, but if the original founding spot was in this wide-ass lake...
We'll say the last image you do see is the kid sort of very hastily using the that artifact as a not a club, but like just smashing over the head of the Sahagin in desperation.
Poor kid.
Alright,
I mean, he's a mage and he can handle himself in a fight. What can I say?
okay. With all this information gathered, and you look at him and be like, so how much do you sell him this thing for?
I'm thinking 250 gold. I'm thinking 250 gold.
250 gold. Let's see. I'll be nice in seeing how you've dealt with a lot of trouble. I'll give you a nice generous tip of 30 plat. Because it seemed like it went through a lot trying to getting this thing. The dead response is just like...
Can you repeat that?
So he gave him 30 because he went through a lot.
Yeah, 30. Like, he's not asking for a lot for it, so he's like, for 100 miles, kind of bad. It's like, I'll give you 30 flat just as a generosity.
Seriously, I get. No, I know this. Yes, I won't sell it for a penny. What?
Literally puts 30 platinum in his hand.
He was half expecting you to. Yeah.
Yeah, the barter.
The DM, I know full and well. Yeah, you're more than able to afford this. Don't change, but he doesn't fucking know.
Yeah, he was half expecting you to barter.
God,
Expects the barter pays him like extra 50 gold more.
Alright, he just like, okay, here, as he just hands it over to you and you hand him the 30 platinum.
Like,
You see something around as he reaches out for the coins, you do see something a bit odd around his wrists. Not scales or anything disturbing, rather, but sort of like his veins appear to be glowing. Very vibrant orange, almost like fire.
Don't mean to pry into personal life, but your veins normally glow.
Oh yes, sometimes I catch the magic for a little bit. It elemental blood.
Ah.
Weird. I never thought I would have. Well, like one of those Gonazi here. Would have met anyone in my family, but apparently they did, and I can knock us magic. Wonderful, really.
Nice.
Hey, don't worry, it's fine. Have yourself safe travel. I need to rub this in his face. This is the happiest moment I've ever been so far.
Yep.
We'll say for simplicity, you take the artifact and leave as you take a moment to leave, you hear something in a broken common. Guess who got a lot of money, bitch face. As eventually make your way to the. Where do you go actually after that?
Yeah, after I start hanging out, I'll have essentially relay that found the key. Bad news, it's lost its charge. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to go into a lake and fight what looks like be a feral Zunarian to be able to get to it.
Good.
Zungun, whatever. Zahagan. Yeah, there we go.
Well, we could always leave it up to the seven nobles to do it.
We're talking compared of what would take probably
Standardized magical charge units, a 100.
yeah. We're talking like 100 charges, and even if you had like a good amount of mages, that's a lot of diamond, and that's something tells me Guild would be like, oh, that's gonna come out of your paycheck.
Hey, they just hired us to pay, like, gather up the keys, not make sure they're magical.
You know, that actually is a fair point.
Yeah, they just hired us to get the damn things, not to.
All right,
Not to charge.
admittedly,
I need you to get this. We go. There you go.
all right, admittedly, you have a good solid counterpoint, but here's the thing: there's a wild Shahagan in that lake causing issues, and
Sahagan tribe in that lake.
yeah, which can't be good for business here. It might be a reason why trade is not doing well.
Do you also relay the name of the item?
Yeah. Oh, so I found out the name of this artifact. It's called the Loop.
The what? The bloop?
The Loop. Loop. The Loop.
You feel the tiefling stare at you through whatever magic is used to talk.
I just imagine it going,
Somehow.
I'm scared!
Your boss says, take me back out. Take me back home, I'm scared.
John May's eyes are lighting up.
Yeah, and I love how. Okay, I have to address this now. Where the fuck is Xerix in all this?
Please note, it's not a stare of anger. It's like a stare of, wait, what?
It's like that intense stare of like, what? What?
As the smart girls are staring with interest.
You know,
I mean, I don't think you have to make an insight check here. There's probably not a lot of information on these key artifacts that you now know to be called loops. If you've probably found where it was charging, that's probably a point that you might be able to get some more information as to, well, what may reside deeper into the dungeon.
Yeah.
And maybe what these things, do.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'll meet up back with the guys and ask them where they're going. And I'm sure that they'll relay it's like, oh yeah, to the mayor's office. Like, oh good, we're probably gonna find out that the reason why it's not going well is because the wild Shahagans. God. Bet you 10 gold that they're gonna say that. It's like, oh, it's because these wild Shahagans. Like, God.
I'm not taking that bet because I know I might lose.
You give yourself too little, credit there. You'll at least lose with style. I'm kidding. I am so sorry about that.
I'm sorry, but Alistair does not take a bet he cannot win. Ever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a bit rude, but so forgive me.
Again, while yes, fighting things are within our pay grade, we already have the loop / key / whatever. We can leave that to the Seven Nobles Guild to gather. Because again, we're just here to gather information and get the loot.
Yeah.
How many times have I said loop? Because I feel like I haven't said loop enough.
God.
Getting loopy because you're saying loop.
Yeah, but I believe we're also asked by Zarissa to see why trade stopped from here too.
Oh, well then, hey, we found that out, so they can go deal with it.
Oh.
We did our job.
Well, I mean, it's suspected. We're gonna get confirmation from the mayor.
I mean, here's the thing. All you know is that they trade stopped. They usually get the trade. From what you were told, it's sort of a back and forth.
That's what we know from the.
Not telling the truth, or
What we know from the barkeep is they also didn't get trade from Gustav, and we know why. But gotta
Wait,
explore further.
something ain't right here.
Yeah. All right.
Because if Gustav was saying they didn't get trade from them for whatever reason,
Well,
and they're saying they didn't get anything from Gustav.
well, didn't we get the? Didn't we bring up a carriage from the Rosini noble to Gustav?
Yeah, but we brought that from up by Hamar, though.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, it's because Hamar is above Gustav, and then Gustav is. Yeah, something's not. It's not adding up.
Yeah. As much
Hold
as,
up.
yeah, it's one of those things of like, I understand you just want to get this stuff and peace out, but
I mean, we can give them
Okay,
the
right
artifact,
here.
but
I mean,
we should figure out the trade system.
yeah, here's the thing. You can just leave. That is fully within your rights.
yeah.
There is a mystery here, though. So the question is, are you going to leave with the mystery there, or?
I'm sorry. You see the mystery machine?
Okay.
Do you,
Here,
see, do you see the two Velmas and one you're married to?
okay. Here,
Two Velmas and the
No
Zeris.
Scooby. No
Okay.
Scooby Doggy.
Okay, now I have to ask: is Zeris or me Shaggy, or which one's Shaggy?
Both
Fred.
of you are Fred.
I'll start with Shaggy.
You're both Fred.
No, I want to be Shaggy.
I'll
More of the
start
drummer.
Shaggy. Zeus is Scooby because he can do the zoomies.
yeah.
Well,
Actually, to be fair, Broham more of a Scooby.
Okay. So, your vote is to deny a venture and intriguement to where this key came from and just piece the fuck out.
That's completely within your rights. I mean, I'm
Like,
Well, when you put it that way.
Zoinks, man! I don't want to see what's under the mask.
It's okay, I'll protect you.
Robin would just like stone faced look at him through like just sort of like appears in front of him, just like I'm sorry.
She just feels his eyes in the telepathy.
yeah. And meanwhile, I love how we just haven't addressed where the fuck Zeris is right now.
There's what just is Adriana gave him lead, and then it's like, okay, cool. And then Adriana's like,
Okay, Riker, where is Scoob? Where is Scooby Doo?
That's what I'd like to
he
know.
went 200 feet up a mountain.
He's just a figment of your imagination.
Okay.
Scooby abandoned Velma.
Okay, before we get sidetracked again. God damn it. I guess Auntie will have to answer where Zeris is currently before we continue.
Yes. So Zeris and Adriana. Zeris, you're there first. Because obviously you're Zeris. Zeris is Zeris.
Yeah.
So
I
looks
imagine
back,
he
he sees
probably
a,
got. I
he sees
imagine
a
he
dot.
probably got 100 feet. Realized that. Oh wait, right. You can't move that quick. Solve that problem real fast.
Yeah.
God.
I cannot magically remove my armor though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you eventually wait. Give me a sec. Cut that out. One moment. Alright, I'm back. Let's see here. So, where was I? Right.
So where did the trail lead?
The trail appears to lead towards a small house. sort of the corner of the city, or the city, the village. God damn it, brain, why you like this? As you see what appears to be a rundown and abandoned house. Which is odd, considering that most of the houses here are occupied.
Occupied, probably pretty well kept.
Yeah, I mean, or at the very least, they're repurposed to fit something else.
Like a storage shed.
Yeah, or a food, yeah, for a place to store food.
What
This
have
does
you?
not appear to be the case.
Zeris is gonna check the building itself for like any indication at all as to what it might be used for. Because he figures there's gotta be some reason it's still here, right?
You'll look at it, look into it. No. It doesn't appear that there's a reason as to why it's still there.
At least not an active reason.
And as both you and Adriana look behind you, look around you, there is no village.
Wait, something's not right here.
And as you look back to the house, it's still there.
So, first reaction, against my better judgment, Tacticus Arcanum Detect Magic.
Detect magic. The grounds that you had stepped upon prior to stepping into here are enchanted by illusion. But you also sense something else entirely. An overwhelming sense of dread. Necromancy.
Oh no!
And conjuration.
So, Adriana,
Yes.
you know that
Is that
look
what I hear?
that Tom gets in Tom and Jerry whenever the color literally drains out of him?
Mhm.
Imagine that on Zeris.
This gets pale. Like, wait a second, you're not serious. Why are you white? Oh, wait. Oh, shit.
It's
And
a void of light.
yeah, so he went from effectively purple to white. And yeah, so Zeris is going to very calmly relay. So I just cast Detect Magic.
Yes.
The news isn't good. So, illusion,
Mm-hmm.
conjuration,
Mm-hmm.
necromancy. On the ground.
On the grounds.
Is there a void of, or is it just this specific area?
Good question.
Hello?
And
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm falling.
Yeah, I was actually about to say, and with that, I think that's what we're going to call a session.
Oh.
well, fuck.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh shit! What did Zeris just find?
Okay. So
You'll see?
Okay, so for clarification, for while it's still recording, who did you guys leave the imp with specifically? Because I don't remember if it was with Riker
It was,
and
The imp is with I thought you was
you guys were bouncing back and forth of who was getting it. I never got a clear confirmation.
It was with me because I went down the dark alleyways.
Adriana. In that case, or actually no, in that case it would have actually because you were specifically having a conversation with Alistair and Ashana.
Yeah,
So-
you were talking
That's
to
why I was
Ashton
getting
and
mixed
Shauna.
up because I was trying to relay through the imp.
Yeah. Because Shauna is the telepathic link stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to use imp to relay the information because that's the only form of communication I got. Like, I think.
No, it
So
was so you the imp is relayed to Adriana and Xeris, and then Ashana reached out, and that's how.
okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all right. So with that,
In that case, Mohammed, you would then feel the connection to your familiar sever.
yeah, if I felt that, I would immediately dimension door to their last known location because like that's immediate notice. Like that's not good.
That, thankfully, that was probably enough to tip Muhammad off that, oh shit, something ain't right.
Yeah. It's literally going to be dimension door to either to freaking Gallifrey and was it Ashana or Adriana? Who's with?
Ashana.
Okay, so those two grab them.
Adriana's the one with it.
Yeah, so literally teleport to them in like trouble and literally grab them dimension door again.
Okay.
Yeah. And thankfully, Xeris had the sense to wait for Adriana.
Yeah.
One thing you didn't zoom off and then be trapped in the dark dimension.
Yeah, in the fucking Shadow Realm.
Yeah. If I have to cast dimension door multiple times to get everyone to the last location, then I will just try to do my best to short rest before.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah, with that, I'll stop the recording.
Sometimes I love being a DM.